Meanwhile, well-known actor Sello Motloung was celebrated as a pioneering force in the South African arts industry. Family, friends and members of the entertainment fraternity paid their last respects to Motloung at a funeral service in Johannesburg. Motloung died last Sunday at the age of 53. Newzroom Afrika's Veronica Makhoali reports.
With a remarkable career spanning over 20 years in theatre, television and film, Sello Motloung has become a familiar face in millions of South African homes thanks to standout roles in several popular shows, including Soul City, Backstage and The Wife. Colleagues and friends paid tribute to Motloung not only for his artistic talent, but also his work ethic, kindness and humility.
He was so consistent, very dedicated, and we need to keep on fighting for the rights of the actors, so we cannot drop the ball.
He was very professional. There is not an actor more professional than he was. He was always well prepared. He always wanted script in advance so that he could learn and be prepared. He didn't like not to be prepared. He was a real thespian who wanted to give his utmost for every character that he played. He was a role model for so many young actors, and he always tried to help them wherever he could.
Off-screen, the actor shone just as brightly, embracing his role as a devoted family man, a doting father and a loving husband.
He expressed his kindness through entertaining people and made sure that every interaction that he had with them, he leaves them either laughing or smiling. And in that, there was an eye-opening lesson that my father taught me without ever broaching the subject. The greatest thing we can do as people is ensure that every interaction we have with one another leaves the other with a slightly better view of life. It doesn't always have to be life-changing, but it can make the next few minutes of that person's day a highlight. The biggest thing I will miss about my father is the presence that he had in my life. Losing him just reminded me how much of a boy I am. How much of a boy I am who still needs his father to hold his hand.
You are my best friend and my partner. We were always together wherever we were. I was there too. Our bond was unbreakable, and our love was a beautiful journey we shared. What am I supposed to do without you? What about our plans? Who's going to make me laugh? You were my pillar of happiness.
In the past 2 months, the country has mourned the loss of several thespians. This has not only dealt a heavy blow to the creative arts industry, but has also been described by some artists as the end of an era.
We're already beginning in our industry to see people who don't understand that. When you say discipline, they don't understand why, right, And here's a man who was a great demonstrator of that, discipline and understanding how we are artists and not celebrities.
His passing is particularly sad because it comes at a time when we are losing a lot of our great artists, and the important thing about that is that you must look at when they were born and when they became artists, right? So many of them are actually people who joined the arts before 1994, which was a very difficult time in our country for black people in the arts, right? Which then means not just from a professional point of view, but also from a historical point of view, their passing represents a huge loss of our cultural heritage, because there's nobody who would be able to tell us about that part of our history, except for people like Papa G, Sello.
Motloung was laid to rest at West Park Cemetery. For Newzroom Afrika on Channel 405, I'm Veronica Makhoali in Johannesburg.